the inspector general is basically saying, look, come at us because we deserve it, man. This is a disaster for the FBI, a disaster. And he said there that it's understandable why people wouldn't think that all these mistakes. So it's not a conspiracy. The people in the media running around, but the IG said that there was a legitimate predicate and that there was no bias. No, he didn't find definitive proof of bias. But how often do you ever find definitive proof of bias? These are the same morons who run around saying that any judge who doesn't give them what they want is obviously like doing Trump's bidding. The attorney general is doing Trump's bidding. Can't trust those people to be nonpartisan just because the outcomes are things that the libs don't like. Bring this back, though, for a moment to the notion of the hand-picked FBI team, the best of the best. This is the Fantastic Four, or however many there were, of FBI agents and investigators. Who pulled them all together? Andy McCabe. Who assigned these individuals? Who would have known, not just from professional interaction, but personal interaction, the political predilections, the political proclivities of these individuals? Andy McCabe. Who had a wife that was running as a Democrat and got a lot of money from Terry McAuliffe's DNC, and right around the time a lot of this stuff, that's right, it's Andy McCabe, isn't it? Who lied? Lied under penalty of perjury during FBI, DOJ investigations of this whole situation and has been referred for criminal prosecution. Former acting FBI director Andy McCabe lied about leaking to the press and then had the unbelievable gall to yell at some subordinates about how they were leaking to the press. That's who that guy is. What kind of sociopath does that? Somebody who still thinks James Comey's a good guy. McCabe is like little mini-me Comey. Whatever Comey does is great. Everybody in the FBI was crying when Comey had to go. McCabe had a deep personal affinity and professional linkage to Comey. He was his protege, which, by the way, I don't even need to know any of that other stuff. Anybody who's Comey's protege is radioactive toxic as far as I'm concerned. Not to be trusted, not to be listened to. And yet, McCabe was the one who pulled together all these individuals, including a number of individuals that we have text messages of that show any person who can read and think that they were deeply anti-Trump. So a severely anti-Trump, now disgraced former FBI director with close ties to James Comey, who was fired by Trump and who had a personal vendetta against Trump, that same individual pulls together exactly who works on this case where there are all of these mistakes, egregious mistakes that undermine the very integrity and public reputation of the FBI, including a mistake that wasn't such. It was, in fact, intentional, the fabrication of evidence, a criminal act, all against a presidential campaign in an election year. And we are supposed to believe that it's just the way the dice landed that all this happened. There's no conspiracy. I mean, if this was a mob case, you'd look at all this and say, there's a conspiracy here.